foundation for his business with 5 different LLCs to do businesses out of, including an MSPE Investments, which I will he'll explain, with a fellow Toastmaster, Patrick Herbig, a minute ago. Lane wanted to share some of his thoughts for 2017 that you might have pondered. He is working on Project 6 in a CC manual, which is local variety. The speech title is called Don't Quit Your Day Job. Please welcome Lane Kawaoka.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. As you guys know, I have a podcast, and it's kind of hit its second year now. I get a lot of people calling in. I have a little thing on my signature link that's a Calanderly link. Connect right to my Gmail account. If people want to talk to me, they just click the button as opposed to clicking emails back and forth. So if you take nothing from the speech, take that. Sign up for that. It saves so much time to your life. But these guys, they click the button, they listen to the podcast, they click the button, and what's interesting is, yeah, it's real estate, but it's all the people that click the button and schedule a call are people that question life. You know, going to the day job, 40 hours, 50 hours a week, some of them even 60, 70, 80 hours a week. They're continuously in this rat race, continuously doing what they were supposed to do. And there's always a story that triggers the reason why they click the button or they question what they're doing. I had a call yesterday with this guy, and he starts off saying, Lane, I want to quit my job because of prostitutes. And I'm like, okay, let's hear the story. So I guess what happened was his boss was cooking the books, he was hiring prostitutes on the company dime, and he fired the guy because, you know, when you're the last guy to get paid at the end of the day, you gotta cover things up for the corporate environment. So he got fired, and later somebody else let him know that he was fired because of that. Another guy, his story, which I think a lot of us can think of, he's sitting there, just cubicle next to the window, and every day, like clockwork, when the annual reviews come around, that people are let go. Same day, whatever day it is, day of March or whatever. But then he sees the ambulance come by. And he thinks to himself, or this is several people's story, this is like 2 or 3 people's story, is that they think to themselves, man, like, it's just people like get fired and they just like have a heart attack or faint or something like that. And then they say to themselves, as they look out the window, as this ambulance come by, and it's like, damn, if that's gonna be me, right? So these people are questioning what they're doing. And they click the button, and I get to know them pretty well. And this is kind of we have these conversations about, well, we buy real estate, and that's what we do, that's fine and dandy, but we're building passive streams of income. And we have these conversations about, well, how much passive income is enough? You know, it ranges between, like, you know, I have one friend that has $3,000 of passive income, which is not very much, but it's tax-free, and, you know, he has no living expenses, because his dream, which he's living today, is just to go to Asia and eat a bunch of food and take pictures of it all day long. That's what he does. Some other people have families, and their number is more like $8,000, $10,000. Fully doable. But it's just interesting conversations. It's not about money, it's more about what kind of lifestyle you want to create. And this is kind of the things that I've been personally thinking about lately this last few months. So my speech that I'm going to kind of talk about today is, do I leave my day job, which is something I've been thinking. And today I'm going to kind of talk about why you should not leave your day job. The first thing that I wanted to bring up, like real estate or whatever business, I think a lot of us are in entrepreneurship here, that we think that, you know, we need to be entrepreneurial, like, right? All the gurus tell us, go in. Gary Vaynerchuk says, work all the time, sleep 4 hours. Grant Cardone says, you know, do the 10X thing. Entrepreneurship, woo! Do it, right? Just do it. Jump right in. Quit your day job. F the man, right? Just leave. Do it. And I think we see these gurus, and it's kind of a self-selection bias, survivor bias, whatever you call it, that these people, you see what they do, and you try to emulate what they do. But these are the successful people, these are the cream of the crop. What you don't see, and we all know this, is that most businesses fail. Which is, I mean, I don't know what the facts are, I just take it, I know it. I mean, that's the reason why business is so lucrative because so many people fail, and those that are successful rise up to the top, and they make all this money. So there's a couple of things that I key in on why you don't want to quit your day job. Is because when you quit your day job, now you're worried about, well, what about this food on the table? Where's this food coming from? How do I pay for my rent? And I call that a survival instinct mode. So we're not worried about, well, what's best for the business? How do we build systems? How do we build, a scalable business? When we're worried about, well, how do we put food on the table? I mean, you're kind of in frenzy mode. One of the big things about business is like negotiation with vendors or just kind of other team members. I mean, you're negotiating all the time. I mean, it's not that great to be in survivorship mode when you're making any kind of transaction. So these are kind of the things that I've been picking up lately in terms of quitting my day job and kind of going in full force. Another thing I thought is that someone told me that you should quit your day job when you are the thing that is not scaling in the business. You should scale the business around you, and until you are the cog in the system, that is when you take the lead. To believe that you need to quit your job, that's an ego thing, and we all know that you should not follow your ego in anything you do, right? You want to tell your friends that you quit your job, show it on Facebook, show them you're doing this. That's wrong. That's not what you should be quitting your job for. It should be more of a business decision. So a lot of you guys are entrepreneurial, and I just want to conclude with saying that one of these things that I've learned lately is at your day job, that's an opportunity for you to learn and to try different things on somebody else's dime. Now, I didn't really learn. I used to supervise construction crews, and I didn't realize it at the time, and I probably should have tried all this kinds of crazy off-the-wall management techniques at the time. I didn't, and I'm trying to do things a little differently today because right now I can try and grow and change things and see what works for my personal style. So I think that's my takeaway for most of you guys, and that's what I'm trying to emulate today, is that try different things. Whether it's take the keys, scrub all the keyboard, labels off the keyboard and learn how to type a little quicker. That's a joke. But just try and do things that you wouldn't normally do. And I think that's a good takeaway for us all. Thank you.